From the outside, a mini PC looks like a simple metal box. But inside this factory in China, building one requires two very different production lines. One shapes raw aluminium into a precision enclosure, while the other transforms an empty circuit board into a complete computer. Only after both sides pass inspection can they be brought together. The process begins with round aluminium blanks. Each piece is lubricated before being placed beneath a powerful stamping press. In seconds, enormous pressure forces the flat metal into the basic shape of the computer case. A second stamping operation refines the form and creates cleaner edges for the stages that follow. The rough enclosure then enters computer-controlled milling machines. Spinning cutting tools remove tiny amounts of aluminium, while a constant flow of coolant controls heat and carries away metal fragments. This is where the case receives its precise dimensions, ventilation openings and spaces for the computer's ports. Workers inspect and polish the machine's surfaces before groups of cases move through an industrial cleaning system. Any remaining oil, dust and metal particles must be removed because the next treatment depends on a perfectly prepared surface. The aluminium is sandblasted to create an even texture, then lowered into a series of chemical baths for anodizing. This process forms a protective oxide layer on the metal and gives the enclosure its finished color. Measuring equipment checks whether the color is consistent, and a laser engraves the final markings onto the case. A fitted internal frame is then secured inside, providing mounting points for the electronics. In another part of the factory, production begins on the motherboard. A machine first prints solder paste across carefully selected contact points. High-speed placement equipment then positions hundreds of tiny electronic components with a level of accuracy that would be impossible to maintain by hand. The board travels through a reflow oven, where controlled heat melts the solder and permanently connects the components. Automated optical inspection compares the finished board with a digital reference, searching for missing, misplaced, or poorly soldered parts. Larger connectors still require human hands. Workers install components such as USB, network and display ports before the boards pass through wave soldering equipment. Technicians inspect the joints, clean the board, repair small defects and install parts such as the CMOS battery. Every motherboard is then identified and programmed. Its labels and network address are recorded, while test stations check electrical values and confirm that the ports can communicate correctly. This is the first moment when the separate components begin working together as a computer. Final assembly starts with thermal pads and thermal compound. These materials carry heat away from the processor and other high-temperature components. A metal cooling system and a large fan are fastened over the board, creating a compact thermal solution capable of operating inside the small enclosure. The completed motherboard is lowered into the aluminium case. Additional port modules are connected with ribbon cables, followed by the wireless card, memory, and solid-state storage. Workers route the cables carefully, secure the internal screws, and fit the bottom cover. But a computer that looks complete is not yet ready to ship. Each unit is powered on and connected to testing equipment. Displays, network connections, USB ports, storage, memory, and wireless functions are checked. The machines also undergo stability and burn-in testing to expose faults that may only appear after continuous operation. After another physical and cosmetic inspection, the serial number is verified and the exterior is cleaned. The mini PC is placed into its retail box with its power supply, cables, and documentation. Finished boxes are sealed, grouped into shipping cartons, and prepared to leave the factory. What began as a flat piece of aluminium and an empty circuit board has now become a complete computer small enough to fit in one hand. That is how mini PCs are manufactured inside a modern factory.